So you guys know, on this show, I pride myself on never having a conversation with an advertiser. I've been doing this for over a decade. I've never once had a conversation with an advertiser. I'm very proud of that fact. Now, why do I not do that? Because it's gross. It's gross. The whole point of this show is for me to give you guys the news, give you guys information and facts, and then tell you my opinion on it. I don't want anything to mess up that process. I don't want to feel like I got to every 5 minutes pause to do a 30-second ad read or a minute-long ad read for a product I don't give a shit about. And there's a lot of people who do that. They do that. And to tell you the truth, that might be the whole point of why they even do the show in the first place. They want the popularity, but they want the money from the advertisers, right? Never had a conversation with an advertiser. Well, what you're about to see here is it's even more unethical than you think it is, particularly with these conservative hosts. Not only are they hawking products that they probably don't really believe in, but the products are legit, right? In some instances, they're just hawking scam products. So this article in MarketWatch here, brokerage firm lured politically right-leaning seniors into gold coin scam, says U.S. regulators. Sean Kelly and his firm, Red Rock Secured, played on fears of inflation and government policy to sell gold and silver coins at vastly inflated prices, according to an SEC complaint. And by the way, this company, there weren't really that many signs that it was a scam because it had an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. On all the sites where you can review it, they had like 4.8 out of 5 stars. So, and this is what makes this scam so devastating, is that it really didn't appear like a scam. So here's how it works. You have conservative networks and conservative hosts. They go out there and they say to you, look, man, I'm scared. The economy's going to tank. The economy's going to tank. I'm predicting a giant crash, either a recession or a depression. This is largely because of big government spending. This is what they'd say, right? So you're going to have inflation, and then you're going to have hyperinflation. And guess what? Paper money, fiat money, as it's called, is going to become worthless. And in that moment, do you want to be caught with your pants down? Or do you want to make investments now that are safe and secure so you know your money is safe? Okay, so what do you have to do? Well, the old school idea, we used to be on the gold standard in the US. And that's because the gold standard is quote unquote real money, not like this fiat currency that government could just fire up and print, right? So you got to invest in gold. It's the only way. Got to invest in precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, etc. This is the only way to keep your money safe. This is how the pitch goes. Okay, I'm giving you the pitch right now. Then what happens is, so you hook them in with that, use their own politics against them. And by the way, they say it literally targets right-leaning seniors. So they say everybody's over 59 and a half and conservative, and they trust these conservative networks and these conservative hosts. And then what you do is you bring them in and you say to them, hey, look, you definitely got to get gold. You definitely got to get silver. You definitely got to get these precious metals. But I have a really great deal for you. See, the government can just go in there and confiscate your gold bullion if they want to do that, right? They've done it in the past. They can do it again. They sort of misstate some historical stuff, but the general vibe of it, the gist of it is actually accurate. So they say, they could take that. But I know what they can't take from you. So you'll still be investing in gold and silver, but if you invest in gold and silver coins, they're actually worth more and the government can't take them or do anything with it. So there's an old, this scam started a long time ago, and it's popped up in different versions since. But literally 12 years ago with Glenn Beck, he did it with Goldline, a company called Goldline. Exact same scam. So they say, instead of investing in gold bullion and precious metals from like legit companies, invest with us, this sort of newish startup company, and instead of investing in that, go for the gold coins and the silver coins. And see, what they do is, these coins are made in-house. They control all the production of it. They mark it up an absurd amount. And basically, like that, the person loses 50% of their money. So what happens is some of these people took their 401k out, had $100,000 in it. They invest with people overnight. Now it's $50,000. Why? Because there are all these hidden fees, and they're taking a colossal percentage. So here, let me read a little bit more of this for you. A finance company boasting hundreds of apparently glowing online customer reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau was this week civilly charged with cheating over 700 investors, many of them senior citizens, out of more than $30 million over 5 years. El Segundo, California-based Red Rock Secured and its controlling chief executive, Sean Kelly, were accused by the Securities and Exchange Commission of playing on the retirement and tax fears of older investors to sell them gold and silver coins at vastly inflated prices to hold in self-directed IRAs. The markups on the coins was almost always above 100% and typically 120% or more, the SEC said in its complaint. So in other words, they lie and say, hey, these coins are worth more than the gold bullion, and this is the safer investment. So, it's the markup's over 100%. They hit them with it, and these people fall for it because they trust them, because they've aligned politically with these people, and they use that against them. They say between 2017 and last year, Red Rock pocketed more than $30 million of the $50 million investors paid for the coins. Let me repeat that. Between 2017 and last year, Red Rock pocketed more than $30 million of the $50 million investors paid for the coins. Does that sound like a legit business? Does that sound like a legit business, or does that sound like a scam? Well, according to the SEC, it's a scam. And by the way, they call it a bait and switch tactic. So they bring you in pitching something that is a conservative investment policy, but could be legit, right? Like put your money in precious metals. And the bait and switch is, we brought you in on that, now we're going to hawk you our own gold coins and silver coins and mark it up tremendously. Okay. So Wall Street Journal, this was in 2020. Gold scam targeting conservatives raised $180 million, regulators say. So this was happening in 2020. Media Matters, this was also in 2020. The FDIC called on Newsmax to stop running a false advertisement for a scammy gold company. Town Hall has run the same ad. So you could even see it today on, I think it's Right Side Broadcasting Network, the people who go to all the Trump rallies. Half the screen when Trump is giving a rally speech will be just this ad for this gold company. And they get an amazing return on investment for this. Amazing return. Because people trust them, because they align politically. And so they're scamming, taking advantage of these elderly conservative people who want to make sure their money's safe. Special place in hell for these people, man. Now, by the way, you can go see for yourself. Glenn Beck, I think, still does gold ads. That originally started when there was the ad boycott and traditional advertisers left Glenn Beck when he was on Fox News because he was getting way too extreme. And then he brought in all these scammy gold companies. I think Ben Shapiro does some gold ads. A lot of conservative hosts, a lot of conservative networks, like they said, Newsmax, One American News, Right Side Broadcasting Network. They're all guilty of this. And so, honestly, I just feel bad for these people. Because it's like they trust these people because their values align because they agree politically. And then they just get robbed blind. So anyway, I hope the SEC cracks down on them. I hope these people wake up, man. Glenn Beck is not your friend. Ben Shapiro is not your friend. Newsmax is not your friend. Right Side Broadcasting is not your friend. Just be skeptical. Be skeptical of anybody trying to sell you anything that's, a pitch that sounds too good to be true online, okay? Because it probably is too good to be true. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.